Very good evening. I think the awards is the more exciting part of the evening, so we'll try and not take too much time and stand between you and the celebration. So we'll keep the short, maybe around 15-20 minutes of chit-chat on stage about the exhibition industry. We'll start with you. So, maybe you could start by giving us a little perspective of the global exhibition industry and where you think, what are the challenges that are currently there, and how do you see the industry evolving over the next 5 years or so in the medium term?
Thank you. But we surely are in a lucky period because obviously we have certain differences between mature markets and emerging ones. But if in the emerging markets the increase of our industry is strong and even sometimes double-digit, also in the mature market we are now experiencing finally recovering after so many years of really tough market. For example, I can take the example of my country. In Italy, we started having a decrease in our turnover 7-8 years ago, but now finally, starting from a couple of years ago, we started recovering number of square meters sold and so on. So it's a lucky time for our industry. The main challenge that I can see at the horizon is the uncertain time for geopolitical issues. Something good could break this recovery in our markets. My hope is that our industry could help in keep the borders open and keep peace among several countries. So I think that this is the main challenge. I don't believe it will be a risk for our industry, distraction for digital or something related to economy or changing business model. I'm most worried about geopolitical issues.
What about in the US? Is it the same situation? Are you facing similar kind of challenges, or are there things moving differently?
Well, in the United States, we have a very, how many of you would agree we have a very interesting political situation in my country? I carefully use the word...
That was more voice than hands.
I carefully use the word interesting because I want to return home in about 10 days. I don't want to be arrested as Ravi as I'm going through customs and immigrations. But I agree with Corrado. It's a very healthy, steady economic rise of the exhibition industry. In North America, we're projecting 2.5% to 3% growth this year. That's in U.S., Canada, and Mexico. UFI has great statistics that are speaking about the same, maybe a little bit more progressive on Europe, Latin America, and the rest of the world. But at the end of the day, we have to continue to advocate with our governments that protectionism is not a way to grow the world economy. And I've got to be real careful about making a political statement, but when we go on Capitol Hill on June 6th as part of the Global Exhibitions Day with our friends at UFI and I believe, 42 other organizations, all of us need to make sure that we advocate how important open borders, free and fair trade, and the desire to keep tariffs at a minimum or to try to balance them off, because without international, good, healthy trade, the exhibition industry would suffer. Thank you.
Right, and if the exhibition industry suffers, then your contribution to the economy also comes down a bit, right? And that is going to hurt I'm saying if the exhibition industry suffers, you contribute significantly to the U.S. economy. So that is also going to take a hit.
Yes, we just finished a study last week that in the United States, direct and indirect economic impact is $82 billion US. Now that's keeping in mind the direct spend plus all the multipliers that the economists use to make sure that we have a healthy best guess of what the industry is like. And as was stated in Corrado's UFI statistics, the millions and millions of exhibitors and attendees, that's a job creation that is probably underestimated because it's very difficult to get our minds around and all the statistics around all the various countries that support our industry.
Right, right, absolutely. Mr. Singh, of course, 2 to 3% growth would bring a smile to your face because you are growing much faster than 2 to 3% in India, right? But of course, there is also a difference in terms of scale and the base, because of which the growth is probably faster, or is that the only reason, or what are the factors that are propelling the growth of exhibition industry in India?
I think at the center of this growth is strong drive of the local businesses. In the afternoon, we had a presentation by EAC, and they highlighted the fact that 50% of the market is still driven by small to medium scale local domestic exhibition organizers. Most of the international exhibition organizers are fighting for only 15% of market share.
In India?
In India.
Right.
So, I mean, you can talk about 20% growth rate for us or for any other company from the international FIE side. But if you look at the domestic exhibition organizers, they are unstoppable despite all these local challenges. I don't think these local challenges, they are deterrents, but they don't scare them.
Right.
And at the center of it is the customer centricity, because your visitors by the day becomes more and more demanding. And in my opinion, this 50% market cap is surviving, and it will continue to thrive because their understanding of the local visitors, exhibitors, is of good quality, and which is why they are able to service them as per their expectations. So I've interacted with a lot of domestic organizers, and I know the way they penetrate through the visitor clusters and bring them to the exhibition is something of great interest for us. So I think at the center of this overall picture is a very robust industry, robust business approach. And although the presentation talks about 8 to 9% growth, I think if we look at the next version of market research which comes out, I won't be surprised to look at a double-digit growth easily.
Double-digit growth, okay, not bad. But you know, this growth that we are having in India is also, despite a lot of challenges that are there, there's an infrastructure challenge because the scale of Indian exhibitions is not as huge as like in the US or Italy or Germany. So maybe we are getting there, but we have been growing definitely much faster for the last few years. So, you know, how do we get to that kind of scale? And do you see in India, because there's a lot of interest in exhibitions, everybody likes to go to a good exhibition, right? How and when is India going to reach a scale of a 200,000 square meter kind of?
I don't think we are far away from that. So from morning to now, all the presentations which we have heard and seen, I think most of us believe that it is not a PPT only. It is factually happening on ground. It might take 2 to 3 or 4 years, but I am of the opinion that locations like Delhi will surprise you with venue availability. So 200,000 square meters, in my personal opinion, is not a big issue if you look at the next 2 to 3 years.
Just 2, 3 years? Yes. Is that fast? That's very, very optimistic. But what about the impact of technology? If you see technology is impacting practically every industry, I'm sure it is impacting exhibition industry as well. Do you want to say a few words about how technology is impacting the exhibition industry in Europe?
Yeah. At the beginning of this revolution, we were actually worried about the impact. Now we are more worried in trying to understand how we could get more profit from technology. So, I mean, we started changing our organization, and now we're passing through changing the way of doing exhibitions. And so I think that the new challenge is not trying to defend ourselves from the digital disruption, but to take advantage of them. And the fact that our industry will not be negatively affected by these new tools is that big giants such as Alibaba decide to come in our world, making agreement with exhibition organizers. So the more the digital innovation will be important in our life, I think the more will be more important the physical events and the face-to-face events.
ask the same question of you in terms of the US, because the US is the leader in terms of digital disruption. How is it impacting you?
Yes, I agree 100% with Corrado. The augmented reality, all of the technology that is available pre, during, and post an exhibition extends the experience of what the attendees and the exhibitors are looking for. We are in, and you know, it's not a surprise. We're in a very significant experience economy. If you go into a show, or you're hosting a show at your facility, or you're running it as a show organizer, and you don't develop a wow factor. If he walks into a show that I'm running, and after 2 days he leaves and says, that wasn't so good, it was okay, you're probably not coming back next year. But what do I want you to say? David, that was the best 2 days of experience. I learned so much. I met with exhibitors that can solve some of my problems. The entertainment was good. The food and beverage is usually always good. I'll be back. Or, if you're an exhibitor, better yet, I'll be back and I need to double my, my stand space for next year. So technology augments, technology enables, and technology provides the platforms and the abilities for incredible experiences.
That's very encouraging. But what about India? Because, technology obviously is making a huge impact in USA, which it is supposed to and expected to. They are the sort of leaders in this. And Europe as well. And maybe in China as well. But is technology making its presence felt in India, or are we still using conventional techniques?
It has to. So, I don't want to sound exaggerated when I say customer wow is the prime focus, okay? But I think most of the companies are getting aligned to that. Because so far, if you look at the last 10 years, it was more about bringing in the right kind of business buyers to the exhibition, okay? Yeah. And smaller areas like logistics and food and quality of carpet was not the primary focus. But as David says, it's changing now. The customers are becoming demanding. There is a very short attention span, and you do not want to give any wrong reasons to your visitors and exhibitors. And that's where technology plays a very important role. How do you simplify their on-site life? How do you help them plan better with the use of technology? When someone sitting in Korea is planning to participate in any exhibition organized by any one of them, you only have a chance. You only have the chance once. He's sitting there with a credit card. He wants to book the space. But at the same time, you have to allow him the possibility of booking food or his stand construction or electricity or furniture or parking slot, whatnot. And if you are able to do that, you create a differentiator compared to the exhibition organizer who's not in that position or who still goes with the manual process. So technology has equipped smart exhibition organizers to have this edge over the others. So it is currently working and it continues to play a very important role going forward.
No, but technology is very important and it should play a very critical role, but how much of it is actually being utilized today? How many, what you have put out a really fantastic report which, how much of technology is being utilized by Indian exhibitions today?
If you ask me from my perspective, I'm mostly looking at things positively. And but it's not just that. If you walk outside, you will see so many startup companies which started their business 4 or 5 years back, and they all are doing well.
Okay.
And I see them getting engaged more and more by the domestic exhibition organizers. Okay. So the fact that they are able to put the value on table, they are able to justify every buck they invest in, they are in business and they are doing well. So from an exhibition perspective, I think it's only a matter of time. I see the application area growing. I won't be able to quantify it for you now, but I see a very strong, serious buyer segment looking at this space. And it's not just about first mover advantage. More and more people are getting into it.
Right. So, David and Corrado, how many times have you been to India? Is this the first visit to India? Your first visit? Fifth time. So, you will be probably you are getting a lot of applause. There's some hand waving also. They will ask questions. So maybe, David, you could tell us.
Call security right there. Call security. Have him taken out.
Maybe you could tell us if you've seen any difference in Indian exhibitions in the 5 years that you've been coming here.
Well, before I forget the thought, the way stands are built, the way shells are built in trade shows now and exhibitions, they're utilizing virtual reality, augmented reality, and obviously that develops that whole experience inside the stands. But to answer your question about the relationships that I've developed over the last 5 years, continue to be incredible. As long as I'm in this job and my board of directors lets me continue to support this great country and this great region, Asian region, and I know UFI is having great success as well. 2 organizations that are here to help you, so we are truly in a partnership to make India more successful.
Super. And Corrado, since this is your first visit to India, you have a fresher perspective.
I can't compare, but depending on what I was listening today, I'm sure that if I will be back in 5 years' time, I will find a really different situation, because I really found willing to invest and to innovate here in India. So I'm sure that will be quite different in 5 years here. But coming back to the innovation, I think that the best is yet to come. We started talking about how we are now improving our exhibitions with digital innovation, with these new tools. But let's think about what will be the impact of our organizations, for example, with the blockchains. Blockchain will have a really big impact in how we organize our activities, how we close our contracts, how we use our contract with clients and customers. That's why we dedicated a special focus, a meeting next month in UFI, in Germany, focus on the impact that will have this kind of technology. We are now thinking to blockchain just like something related to bitcoins and so on. But the impact that we'll have in our activity, in my opinion, will be even more than we had with the internet.
Yeah, actually, Bitcoin is sort of the glamour poster boy of blockchain, but blockchain is doing far more. In fact, the government of India is also using blockchain to do solve a lot of problems that have been conventionally there in our country for, decades. Things like land contracts of farmers and all are being addressed through blockchain technologies, which the Niti Aayog is taking up. There's a lot of exciting work happening. I think in the next 5 years, India is also looking to really grow. We are looking to become a $5 trillion economy by 2025, which some say is a sort of an not very ambitious goal. We should be aiming for higher. And so hopefully the exhibitions industry will also continue. And like you said, double-digit growth. Why not? We can do more. Do we have any question from the audience? We have time for one question. If anybody has a question, you can raise your hand. If you don't have a question, no problem. We can wrap up the discussion here. There's a question there. Is there a mic? Why don't you come up front?
Check. Yeah.
Thanks. She's got a mic.
I have a question for Bhupinder sir, actually. So when we were studying this EAC consultancy report, so we've seen that North and West are having, maximum percentage of exhibitions and everything, whereas East is having only 6%. So if we want to make exhibition more widespread and reach the areas, or maybe, the 6% can be increased, what will be the thing that, we should do?
Question. Very good question. In fact, I did notice that as well, that the East has just 6% share of the exhibitions in India.
Well, I think you have to then understand the idea of an exhibition is it's a convergence where the buyers and sellers see the opportunity to meet. Right. If you look at Eastern India, there are markets which are very interesting, like mining. We see a lot of shows happening in that area. We see jewelry side being very famous. Tourism shows are happening. I don't know if it's fair to compare Delhi West and East. Those markets have a a critical mass for certain markets, and they are addressed with those respective exhibitions. Of course, they may not be same on scale, okay? So if a big exhibition is happening in North, it is still one exhibition. Maybe there are similar number of exhibitions happening for the Eastern India market. May not be that big on scale. So we would look at it from that perspective, that if the market is there and the exhibitions are not happening, it's a cause of concern. Someone should address it. But looking at the dynamism of local exhibition organizers, I think people are there who are organizing and doing a good job. And there are also exhibition centers there. So this is still a 20,000 fit view answer for you. But this is my perspective. This is how I see it.
Well, actually, yeah, you mean the 6% is about revenue share, right? So you will also have to look at the number of exhibitions. I don't remember the share. Mr. Rathi has a question, I think, right? So who has the mic, please? This is the last question, and then we'll get into the awards. You have the mic.
Bhupinder, also, I mean, we know there are lack of good venues in the East. Hardly anything which we can compare with North or...
There's a lack of good venues in the East, you're saying. Okay, so that's a statement.
But that's also a reflection of the market demand, isn't it? Yeah, so I think it's a chain reaction. If you have the demand, you will have Mr. Goyal and our friend Sudip. They will come and take care of the venue deficit, provided there is market for it. So if the exhibition venues are not there and nobody is coming forward, it somewhere is also a reflection that the market will take some time, or there need to be more topics. So, yeah.
Thank you very much for the question. Actually, India is a very complex market. That's David would have understood by now, and you will understand, in your first time.
I was experiencing in my career something similar, because in Milan we had old exhibition centers that we replaced by the new one, very big. And at the beginning we made the mistake to maintain a large part of the whole venue, so having a competition between the two venues.
Oh, okay.
So it's quite important, in my opinion, to take advantage of the mistake made by others when you are planning new venues, and trying to be flexible at the maximum, because it's quite easy to have a big venue, but it's not so easy to get this venue full.
Yes,
so you should be ready to organize not only exhibition, but especially during seasons when you don't have exhibition, to be able to project, to build, and to use the venue also for other
things, for other purposes. So you have your answer here, in the many shades of answers to your question, in fact. So you have a lot of things to work on. Thank you very, very much. I think it was a very, very good discussion. Lots of thoughts and interesting insights. And thank you very much for this panel.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alokes. Thank you, Mr. Peraboni, Mr. Jubwa, and Mr. Singh for a fantastic discussion there. I'm sure, you've really been able to answer so many questions that arose in people's minds. Ladies and gentlemen, they do deserve a huge round of applause. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, as they say, there is nothing greater than to make people realize that they're worthwhile in this world and really do make a difference. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to follow this up with one spectacular award, the Lifetime Achievement Award. And of course, we're going to move on to the awards as well. The Lifetime Achievement Award. The Lifetime Achievement Award here is basically for those people who've really done a lot for the exhibition industry in India. It's one of the highest marks of recognition for dedicated efforts and contributions to the exhibition industry. And we definitely have the person who really truly deserves this award. This award is being given to Mr. Tarun Das. He's an awe-inspiring personality. Let me tell you a little bit about him. He's the former mentor CII. He was also the Director General of CII. He's a Padma Bhushan awardee and has numerous accolades to his credit. Basically, if we do, talk about Mr. Das, we'd like to say that this award is really in appreciation of his outstanding contribution. I've got that. Thank you. This award is really in... sorry about that. A little bit of a technical glitch. This is really being given to him in appreciation of his outstanding contribution to the Indian trade and exhibition industry for over 3 decades by conceptualizing and pioneering trade shows which have today become global brands and support in promoting the Indian industry as a whole. His leadership and his vision are an inspiration to the entire future generation who chooses to be part of this growing industry. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very sorry to inform you that Mr. Tarun Das is not here this evening to collect the award, but on behalf of him, we have somebody very special collecting this award. To give away this award, may I request Mr. Corrado Peraboni, President UFI, to please step up on stage once again. Thank you, sir, for your graciousness. And I'm requesting on behalf of Mr. Tarun Das, the award winner for the Lifetime Achievement Award, I'm requesting Mr. Abhijit Mukherjee, the advisor, BIEC, to receive this award on behalf of Mr. Tarun Das. Thank you very much, Mr. Mukherjee, for being here this evening. We really do appreciate it. Hearty congratulations are in order. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we should put our hands together. And I'm very sure Mr. Tarun Das is going to feel it, right now, wherever he is, because, that's what positive energy does, right? It travels. And I'm sure he's going to really be able to feel the positive energy that we're transmitting from this room. Thank you very much, Mr. Peraboni. Thank you very much, Mr. Mukherjee, for receiving the award on behalf of Mr. Tarun Das. We do have a video that we'd like to show you at this point in time. So can we have the AV, please?
So I'm thrilled and very happy to get this award from IEIA. I addressed the association a few years ago in Bangalore, and I was deeply impressed with the enthusiasm, the number of people who were there, the expansion of the exhibition industry which has taken place. And as I look forward, I see a very big role for this association going forward. The scale of exhibitions will grow. The infrastructure for exhibitions will grow. The partnership between government and industry will grow. I think the sky is the limit, and I'm very privileged to get the Lifetime Achievement Award. So,
and once again, hearty congratulations to Mr. Tarun Das for that Lifetime Achievement Award. Very, very well deserved. Indeed. And we are going to move forward. Are you excited about the awards this evening, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, I can't hear you. Are you really excited about the awards this evening? Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for giving it a nice round of applause. I'm going to request a few gentlemen to please join me up here on stage to really give away the awards. Mr. Dubois, we're requesting you to kindly join us here on stage. We're also requesting Mr. Ravinder Sethi to please join us here on stage. We're requesting Mr. Peraboni to also join us here on stage, and Mr. Alexeev to please join us here on stage. Mr. Prasad. We're definitely requesting Mr. Alokesh Bhattacharya to please join us here on stage to give away these awards. And we request Mr. Deepak Kumar, the Executive Director of ITPO, to please join us here on stage to kindly give away the awards. Yes, these are the Exhibition Industry Awards 2018, and we have to really applaud the efforts of so many people who've done their bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to begin our first category, India's top B2B exhibition niche segment. We have our second runner-up, and our second runner-up is Food Logistics India. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a description. International exhibition on logistics, transportation and warehousing for food and drink industry. And this was organized by Colin Messe Trade Fair Private Limited. Can we have the representatives from Food Logistics India to kindly come up here and collect the award? Thank you. I'm also requesting Mr. Nagendra Prasad and Mr. Bhupinder Singh to please join us here on stage for to give away the awards. Mr. Singh, please. Mr. Prasad. Congratulations to Food Logistics India. India's top B2B exhibition niche segment. The category is the same. We have our first runner-up in Delhi Wood. And just to give you a brief description, International Expo on Furniture Production Technologies, Woodworking Machinery, Tools, Accessories, Raw Materials and Products, and organized by PDA Trade Fairs. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Delhi Wood, and I'm requesting a representative from Delhi Wood to kindly please come up on stage to receive the award. Yes, there he is. Thank you. All right, now that he's on stage, can we please put our hands together for Delhi Wood? Well, the awards evening, ladies and gentlemen, is just about getting started, and all these people have put in a whole lot of effort. They truly deserve to be applauded for their efforts. So I'm going to request everyone in the audience to generously put your hands together and applaud their efforts. Thank you. The same category, the winner in the category India's top B2B exhibition niche segment is Medical. And we've got a description for you. India's premier B2B medical equipment and hospital needs show, organized by MedExpert Business Consultants Private Limited. Can we please have the winner of this category, Medical, on stage, please? All right, we're going to move on to the next category. This one's called India's top B2C exhibition mid-segment. Our second runner-up, New Delhi World Book Fair. India's biggest and one of the oldest book fairs. National Book Trust of India are the organizers, and along with India Trade Promotion Organization, ITPO. So, our second runner-up, New Delhi World Book Fair. Can we have a representative collecting the award, please? Thank you very much, Mr. Deepak Kumar, for doing the honors. If you would like, we can... So should I keep that aside and give it to you later? Congratulations. And in the same category, our first runner-up, Gujarat Gold Jewelry Show. India's leading exhibition for jewelry and gems, and the organizers GGJS Expo Private Limited. Do we have our first runner-up, Gujarat Gold Jewelry Show, being represented here this evening? All right, we're going to move on to the winner in this category, India's top B2C exhibition mid-segment. The winner is Ahar, Chennai. It's definitely India's leading food and hospitality show held in Chennai and organized by India Trade Promotion Organization, ITPO, once again. So do we have somebody? Okay, other than congratulations. That's already a double whammy for ITPO. Many more to come in the evening. Congratulations, Ahar Chennai. Okay, our next category here this evening, India's top B2b exhibition mid-segment. Okay, we've just got our first runner-up from the previous category, gentlemen. So we're going to request Gujarat Gold Jewelry Show. We request a representative from Gujarat Gold Jewelry Show to kindly come up on stage and collect the first runner-up award in the category India's top B2C exhibition mid-segment. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, building up the energy, let's applaud the efforts of all these people. Thank you. You're a generous audience. Our next category, India's top B2B exhibition mid-segment, our second runner-up here is Kisan, India's largest trade fair on agriculture, held at Pune, and it's organized by Kisan Forum Private Limited. We're requesting the second runner-up, Kisan, a representative from Kisan, to please come up on stage and collect the award. All right, we're going to move on to the first runner-up in this category. It is Elecrama, biggest international show on electrical industry, and it is organized by the Indian Electrical and Electronics Manufacturers Association. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the first runner-up in India's top B2B exhibition mid-segment category, Elecrama. The winner in this category is Plast India, a leading international plastics exhibition featuring new products and technologies and organized by Plast India Foundation. If we have the representatives from Plast India, yes, we do. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the winners in the category India's top B2B exhibition mid-segment, Plast India. Congratulations to the winners. And of course, we keep asking for many more, over the years. So congratulations and many more to you. The next category is India's top B2C exhibition. Second runner-up. We have two second runners-up here. Second runner-up, Ahar New Delhi, is India's leading food and hospitality show and of course organized by ITPO. And yes, sir, please, by all means, do come up and collect the second runner-up award for Ahar New Delhi. Hearty congratulations. They've already hit hat-trick. Okay, our second runner-up again in India's top B2C exhibition, Home Expo India. That is India's leading show covering home furniture, furnishings, decoratives and household products. And of course, it's organized by Export Promotion Council for Handicrafts. If we have somebody from Home Expo India to collect their second runner-up award, please do come up on stage. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, do put your hands together. You do give the winners a lot of energy as they're walking up on stage. On behalf of Home Expo, we'd like to collect the award. Thank you, gentlemen, for doing the honors. The category remains the same, India's top B2C exhibition, and we've got our first runner-up in Auto Expo. It's Asia's largest and the world's second largest motor show, and organized by Automotive Component Manufacturers Association of India, ACMA, Confederation of Indian Industry, CII, and of course the Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Auto Expo. Hearty congratulations and thank you very much. All right. Our winner in this category, India International Trade Fair. It's India's largest general trade fair featuring a wide range of consumer products and services, and of course, organized by ITPO. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, do put your hands together. These people have been doing a phenomenal job year after year, and definitely taking the Indian exhibition industry to greater heights. And like I always say, the sky is not the limit for this industry and its growth. We're just getting started, really. Congratulations to India International Trade Fair. And we're moving on to our next category, India's top B2B exhibition. Our second runner-up in this category, Burma Conexpo India. It's an international trade fair for construction machinery, building material machines, mining machines and construction vehicles. And it is organized by Messe München, India. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mr. Singh. On behalf of Burma Conexpo India and Messe München. And we've also got a second runner-up in this category, Def Expo India. It is a global exhibition of defense equipment and supplies, and it's organized by the Defense Exhibition Organization, Ministry of Defense, Government of India. We'd request a representative from Def Expo India to kindly come up on stage. Okay. All right, we're going to move on. Congratulations to Def Expo. The first runner-up in India's top B2B exhibition category, India Time. This is India's leading international textile machinery and engineering exhibition, and it is organized by India Time Society. Sorry, very sorry about that. India ITME. Very, very sorry about that. Please forgive me. India ITME. India ITME is India's leading international textile machinery and engineering exhibition. India ITME Society are the organizers of this exhibition. Congratulations. Sorry about that slip up, India ITME. And India's top B2B exhibition winner is XCon, International Construction Equipment and Technology Trade Fair, organized by the Confederation of Indian Industry, CII. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for XCon. And we have, yes, of course, let's put our hands together for XCon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're moving on to India's top exhibition organizer. We've got Messe Frankfurt Trade Fairs India Private Limited. Yes, can we put our hands together for Messe Frankfurt Trade Fairs India Private Limited? They organize trade fairs for mobility and logistics, technology and production, textiles and consumer goods segments. To tell you India's top exhibition organizers, these are the top 10 in India. So ladies and gentlemen, for this one, you have to please put your hands together for each and every name that I call out. Our next in the top 10, Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, FICCI. Yes, please put your hands together for them, a non-government organization, not-for-profit. FICCI is the voice of India's business and industry, organizes exhibitions on various subjects in India and outside India. Hearty congratulations to FICCI. Congratulations to FICCI. Next next up the ladder, so to speak, is India ITME Society. Ladies and gentlemen, do put your hands together for India ITME Society. The India International Textile Machinery Exhibition Society. It is a non-profit organization serving the textile engineering industry. It organizes exhibitions on textile machinery, including its flagship event, International Textile Machinery Exhibition, organized once every 4 years. Give it up for India ITME Society. Yes, we are most certainly recognizing and awarding India's top exhibition organizers. The top 10 are here in front of you, are going to be, slowly and gradually in front of you. And we're going up the order. So next up the ladder, we've got Messe München India. Messe München India is one of the leading trade show companies in India. Organizes trade shows on varied subjects like construction, pharma, electronics, food technology, and many more. We've got the awardee on behalf of Messe München, Mr. Singh, right here on stage with us. Congratulations to Messe München India. Okay, we're moving on up. UBM India Private Limited. UBM India Private Limited hosts over 25 large and medium-scale exhibitions across the country every year on advanced manufacturing, infrastructure, fashion, food, hospitality and leisure, jewelry and gems, life science and healthcare, pharma and biopharma, transport and logistics. Congratulations, UBM India Private Limited. And we're moving on up. Export Promotion Council for Handicrafts. Yes, please do put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. We've got just a few more to go, and let the energy not dip. Export Promotion Council for Handicrafts is a non-profit organization with an objective to promote, support, protect, maintain and increase the export of Indian handicrafts. And on behalf of them, we're thanking the gentleman to collect the award. Congratulations. Moving on up. The next one in this India's Top 10 Exhibition Organizer category is Defense Exhibition Organization. Sure. So just to help you understand a little bit about Defense Exhibition Organization, it's an autonomous organization of the Indian government established to promote export potential of the Indian defense industry. The agency is also responsible for organizing international exhibitions such as the Def Expo and Indian participation at overseas exhibitions. Hearty congratulations to them. Moving on up, ITPO, India Trade Promotion Organization. Huge round of applause for them. It is the premier trade promotion agency of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, and it is committed to showcase excellence achieved by the country in diverse fields, especially trade and commerce. Ladies and gentlemen, let's, build the energy now. We're coming down to the last two after ITPO. So do applaud the efforts. Congratulations. Moving on up, the top 10, and we're literally down to the last two, which is the top two, of course. Asian Business Exhibitions and Conferences Limited. This is considered to be the largest private sector organizers in India. They organize over 70 shows across 10 verticals in over 19 major cities across India. Ladies and gentlemen, do put your hands together for Asian Business Exhibitions and Conferences Limited. Congratulations. And India's top 10 exhibition organizer, the top 10, the top one amongst them, Confederation of Indian Industry, CII. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a non-government, not-for-profit, industry-led and industry-managed organization with over 8,300 members from private as well as public sectors. Organizers, they organize trade fairs on a variety of industry sectors in India as well as the world over. Once again, let's hear it for CII, Confederation of Indian Industry. Nice and loud, ladies and gentlemen. Hearty congratulations to CII. Okay, we're moving on from these awards to the golf winners. We've had a golf tournament during this time, and we'd like to move on up and applaud their efforts as well. Second runner-up, Mr. Gaurav Anand, Director, Orange Cabs. These are the winners of the golf that was played in the past 2 days that we've been here. The second runner-up, Gaurav Anand, the Director, Orange Cabs. He's not here this evening, so the lovely lady is going to receive the award on his behalf. Congratulations. Our first runner-up golf winner, Mr. Hongyu Lee, Chairman, Association of Korea Exhibition Industry. Can we please have you on stage and receive your award? Congratulations. And do we say well played? Also, one thing we've realized is they don't just work hard, they play hard and they party harder. So, well, we're going to be, celebrating their efforts, their wins. Congratulations, Mr. Hongyu Lee. And here's to many more in the years to come. And the winner, ladies and gentlemen, do give him a big round of applause, Mr. Rudy van der Vijver. Once again, Mr. Rudy van der Wyver, CEO, South African Association of the Conference Industry, SACI. Yes, we can have a louder round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes I think it's easier to do business than play a sport. So, you know, when businessmen go out there and really show their, or rather prove their mettle even in sport, couldn't be a better combination, right? Congratulations to the winner, and thank you very much, gentlemen, for doing the honors. We request you to kindly take your seats and definitely enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you very, very much.